What's up everybody, stress-free. I'm back on a Diablo 4 video. Here we take a look at the Hydra Sorc running pit 109 and just basic gameplay of this build. I'm also gonna have a full build review at the end of the video. If you guys stay after that, after the pit run, I should have the full build guide in the comments also. If you guys are interested in that, you can check it out. If you guys enjoy this type of content, make sure to subscribe. Now let's get into the pit run. Let's start out with the helm. We got Hail over Glass. We're using this primarily for the unique aspect that gives us almost 100% increased damage when you spam ice shards. And the stats are pretty good on this one also. You got intelligence, attack speed, and cooldown reduction. Here I got lucky with a triple crit on cooldown reduction. So that's pretty much what you'd be going for as in your masterworking. And for the runes, I got Nago Zek. When you maintain a summon, you get an offering, and then it reduces your ultimate cooldown by 1 second. Next we have the Shroud of False Death. Self-explanatory here, +1 to all passives, still huge, and you want to be going for all stats. I got 2 crits on it, so I was kind of satisfied with it. As for the runes, I got int gems, and let's take a look at the gloves. Here I got the engulfing flame aspect, increases my burning damage, and here I kind of still looking for another version of this gloves, but I was just using it as a placeholder. But here I got int, damage over time, core skills, vuln damage, and I gotta get rid of that incinerate size. I think you can put a Hydra damage in this one also. Next we have the pants. Probably the most important item that makes this build work is the fit in your iris, and we got it on the pants instead of the amulet, which is great this season. And why we're using this, because of the unique aspect where Hydra becomes a core skill, so it gets all the core skill benefits, and on top of that it gets 120% increased damage. Here the stats are intelligence, attack speed, pyromancy, and primordial bindings, and I got a double hit on intelligence, which is always nice. And for the runes, I got Igni Tool, which is basically Star's offering, and invokes Mystical Frost Nova, since we're not using any defensive skills, so it's like a little defensive layer. As for the boots, we got Crown of Lucian, always probably like one of the must-haves chaos uniques this season also. Why is good? Because the unique aspect and the cooldown reduction unique aspect basically almost gives you like 100% more damage. And we got the cooldown reduction double crit here. I saw the stats, they're okay, like lucky hit chance, alright. As the weapon, we got the conjuration aspect, which is, it stacks up to like 10 ranks. Also very strong. And the stats here could be better. We got int, life, vuln, Hydra damage, and you want to also temper the Hydra heads. And for the gem, I got the vuln gem. Let's go to the amulet. I got the serpentine aspect, also must have for the Hydra build. But you gotta be careful with this build so you don't kill yourself, because it just consumes all your mana, and that your mana is basically your life, so you gotta be careful with that. There's a little dance that you gotta do with that in this build to not kill yourself. And here we got it, of course, you want to have intelligence, you want primordial binding, and mental dominance, and for tempers I got infernal cooldown reduction and Hydra damage. And I got the armor skull gem. As for the rings, we got the staple, the must-have ring of all rings, the precious ring of starless skies. Here I also got lucky. We got triple crit on core skills, and all the other stats are pretty decent. And you get like 50% more increased damage from its unique aspect. And the next ring is Tall Rashes. Kind of got nerfed this season. It doesn't give any more 25% increased damage, but it gives 20. It's still decent. Still a must-have for this build. You get lucky hit, non-physical damage, and cooldown reduction. All very strong, and a little bit potent warding. Doesn't hurt. Next we have the offhand, and I mean the focus. Here we got the destruction aspect, the one that gives 50% more increased damage while you have no defensive skills. So that's nothing, like I have no teleport or nothing. So that's another 50% damage. Here we got int, got damage, lucky hit, and the tempers are harder damage, and Hydra heads. And for the gem, we got another vuln gem. That's pretty much for the gear. Kind of basic, like it's alright there. It's like not too good, not too bad. It gets the job done. Now let's take a look at the skill tree. That's not a skill tree. Skill tree right here. We're going for Firebolt into Glinting Firebolt for the extra 25% burning damage. Next we're going into Elemental Dominance. more damage, because we always basically have about 50%, 50 mana. And for defensive side, we're going for Frost Nova into Shimmering Frost Nova. Also like refunds 100% mana, which is not really nice. The main thing is here we got Hydra, and we're going for the Roaring Hydra that gives us burning damage. Here we also got Ice Blades into Invoked Ice Blades, so to reduce the cooldowns, and also going for maxing out Primordial Bindings. We got Mana Shield, we got Familiars into Invoked Familiar. Next we got Inner Flames for more damage while you're healthy. We're always basically healthy. And we got Firewall into increasing more burning damage. We got Ball Lightning into the Wizard Ball Lightning. And that's for the Crackling Energy max out. So now we got Permafrost, Icy Touch, Hoarfrost. We're also going for Inferno, must have in this build. Just clump stuff up. And we're going into Endless Pyre for more burning damage. And then we're going from Fairy Surge into Soulfire. Here we got Torrents and Currents into Convulsions, that's on the Crackling Energy. And we also got Mental Synergies, extra damage, and we got Evocation for more cooldown reduction, and we got Combustion for more burn damage. Now let's go over the Paragon pretty quick. We got the first board here, we got Tactician as our first glyph, bumps up all the rare nodes, so we get like a ton of damage here. We're also taking these, Resilience, Elementalist. Now let's go to the second board. Second board is Burning Instincts, of course more burning damage. Always good. Here we got Torch, more burning damage. And we went for Smolder Embers, Kindling, and Safeguard. Next board we have is Elemental Summoner. Basically increases your damage for Conjuration, Inner Cooldown, Mana Cost, all that stuff. As for the glyphs, we got Conjurer. Gives us Conjuration skills, increased damage. We got Keeper Flames, Conjurer, our Reservoir, and Swift Conjurer. Next board we have is Enhancement Master, and that's the where you get your enhancements. If they're both on the same element, you get extra 20% more damage. And for the rune here and for the glyph, we got Pyromaniac. Once again, increases all the rare nose damage, pretty strong. We're picking up Runis, we're picking up Blessing, we're picking up Sufficient Resilience for more resilience, and we're moving on to the last board, which is Frigid Fate for extra vuln damage. And here we're running Elementalist, picking up Oppressive, more vuln damage, and we got Guarded for damage reduction. Bumping up these, also the rare nodes. That's the glyph board. I'll also have like the full written build guide. You guys can follow along in the comments below. Now let's take a look at the chaos perks. Most important here is Mana Shield. You become basically unkillable unless you kill yourself with spamming Hydra too much, which you gotta be careful. And for that, we're going over for alternative alterations. That's the one that keeps you alive, which kind of refunds your mana. And so you gotta do like a little dance skills. So very important to have these two active. And then we're going for Power Siphon, more core skill damage since Hydra's now is a core skill. And we got explosive combinations. So basically you just spam Firebolt a few times and you gain like 60% more damage. As for Mercenary, we go right here as usual for more resilience, and I like going for Inspiration. And for the reinforcements, we go Varanya, and we're going for Ancient Harpoons. And we got the Hydra. What else? Let's take a look at the skill assignments pretty quick. We got Ice Shards for spamming with the Ale for Glass, 100% more damage. So you just want to spam them. We got Ball Lightning, spam with a little bit for Crackling Energies. We got Ice Blades to make targets vulnerable and reduce the cooldowns. And next we got Inferno to clump stuff up. We got of course Hydra, our main damage dealer. And we got Firebolt. As for enchantments, I got Firewall enchantment. Just gives us a firewall on ground. Also increases our damage to 25%. And we got familiar enhancements. That's for to activate the Talrash's loop. That's pretty much it. As for the potions, what I use for the runs is Elixir Advantage. I got Sage Whisper. I got Song of the Mountain and Smoothing Spices. I guess that's pretty much it for the whole build. Once again, I'll have a full written guide in the description below. Hope this helps. If you guys enjoy this content, be sure to like, subscribe.